Hello and good morning. I know it's good afternoon for at least one of us, and good morning for me still. It is the 4th of, yes, go ahead, say it. May the 4th be with you. It's the John Lavenia Success Mastermind, and guess what? The man himself is with us. Good to see you, John. Hey, Kat. It's the 4th. I'm Glen Henderson, by the way. And I get to host this wonderful conversation every Wednesday morning. And as it happens, going to get to do it twice today. Because, well, on either side of our Books for Britain with our good friend Mandy Anderson at 3:15 Eastern Time, 8:15 UK time, you got me right now, then the Hospitality Suite right after me. And I always encourage people to swing by the Hospitality Suite once in a while. I have seen and taken part in some couple of really interesting conversations in the Hospitality Suite. You know, it's almost as good as the famous Be Heard sessions that we have on Friday with our good friend John. So today, 3:15, Books for Britain, and then tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, it is, of course, networking magic with some dude named Henderson. You may have heard of him. Kat is here, and Gail Bauman. Good to see you, Daisy, and the Godzilla himself, taking us on the 50 Cent tour around his humble abode there in the state of Florida. Good to see you. And it is a gorgeous day here in Houston. I had to draw the blinds, otherwise we'd all be blinded by the light. Wait, it sounds like a song. Blinded by the light. Anyway, something really groovy happened yesterday in a conversation that I had with a young lady that I've been sort of coaching. I suppose one could say mentoring over the past. Oh, gee whiz! That's a phrase you don't hear every day, isn't it? Gee whiz. Gee whiz, seems like the past, going on 2 years now, maybe at least a year and a half, that this young lady and I have been chatting online and on the phone. We've never met in person. Isn't it interesting, in the age of the interwebs and the Zoom call? I think there was a survey done or something last year or the year before, said the most popular phrase in American usage, I think maybe for the year 2020 or 2021, the most popular phrase in American conversation was, "You're on mute." because we got so accustomed to talking with each other like this, or like this. And I don't know about you particularly, but I'm a big fan of what used to be called the belly-to-belly approach. Now, that should sound sort of vaguely pornographic or something, but no, here's what I mean. I remember, and okay, this is gonna brand me as one of those. By the way, this is all tangent, not actually the topic that we're going to get into, but I'm getting there. Okay, just give my brain a minute. I'm getting there. I remember being really concerned some years ago at the advent of the cell phone, the portable phone. Okay, call me a Luddite. Go ahead. I'll take it. But I remember thinking, and then the internet, the World Wide Web. Remember when the World Wide Web was a thing? Wow. You can connect with people on the other side of the world with the World Wide Web. And I remember thinking, I was very excited. I'm a tech guy. So technology, kind of gets me going. But I also remember thinking, well, what's going to happen to coffee meetings? What's going to happen to having lunch with somebody and having a conversation face to face and belly to belly, as we used to say in the old time sales profession, back in the day. And frankly, I remain concerned. I'm still fired up by technology. Bottom line, I subscribe to, that old, I don't know if it's an old Texas saying or whatever, and ladies, you'll understand when I say, listen, if I'm going to do business with a man, I want to shake his hand, look him in the eye. You see what I mean? And that's just the way I've always been, way I always will be. Said all that to say, I was talking with my friend that I've been working with for the past year and a half. We were talking on the phone just yesterday, as it happens, and she was talking about being confused about where to put her energies, being confused about where to focus her efforts these days. Well, what should I do, Glenn? Should I do this? Should I take this course? Should I follow this venture? Should I pursue this opportunity? What? Because I've been doing these different things and I haven't been getting the results that I want. And so, but I really love to do this thing, but I'm not really seeing the, but you know what I really love to do, and on, you kind of get the idea. And our conversation put me in mind of a video that I saw the other day. It was recorded like a little pre-show conversation by the great Steve Harvey. You know who Steve Harvey is? The host of Family Feud, great comedian, and quite a profound guy, actually. He has quite a story. Steve Harvey has quite a life story. You might want to look into it sometime. He is, in many ways, the embodiment of the quintessential American success story, and wasn't that sentence a mouthful? There was at least 2 $5 words in that sentence right there. The embodiment of the quintessential dictionary, right, John? The most powerful, the most important self-improvement book in the world, the dictionary. Anyway, Steve Harvey was talking about finding one's life path, finding one's career, one's destiny, and so forth. And he said something really interesting. Steve did. He said, always remember, your gift will make room for you. It's an interesting way. What's that mean exactly? It sounds really profound and, wonderful, doesn't it? Sounds like something your preacher would say from the pulpit on a Sunday morning. Your gift will make room for you. What does this mean exactly? Well, what did Steve mean by it? Well, he went on to explain a little bit. He said, he first drew a distinction. He says, I'm not talking about your passion. What's the difference? Well, I think from what I heard of what Steve was saying, excuse me, I need time to refuel. Steve drew a distinction between, let's say, my passion, which is something I really enjoy doing. There are many things I enjoy. I happen to know that one of John Lavenia's passions is motorcycle riding and working with his motorcycle, maintenance and shining it up, and getting it out on the road, boy, and having the wind, having his hair waving in the breeze. As he zooms on down the highway on his gorgeous Harley, right? I also know that another one of John's passions is a certain style of music, heavy metal music. Some people call it death metal music. Heck yeah, I can dig it. Those are things he really loves, really gets fired up about, really enjoys getting into. Guitar playing, it's another passion of John's, right? Here's the question. Is motorcycle maintenance and riding and all of this, is that John's gift? Is death metal music John's gift? Does he write death metal music? Does he play? Is guitar playing John's gift? He'll correct me, I'm certain, if I'm wrong. I happen to believe that John's gift is sales. Now, it could be any number of things. Could be public speaking, could be teaching, coaching. For purposes of this conversation, let's say, I believe that John's gift is sales. How does Steve Harvey, and let's see if I'm right, how did Steve Harvey in this little talk define your gift? Steve said, your gift is the thing that gets you up in the morning, the thing that comes most easily to you in terms of effort, the thing that you do best with the least amount of effort. Now, we can discuss the accuracy of that definition, but let's roll with it for now, shall we? Steve Harvey said that your gift is the thing that gets you up in the morning, that you enjoy doing with the least amount of effort. Now, anybody want to guess what my gift is? I won't make you wait too long. My gift is singing. You wake me up out of a dead sleep, 4 o'clock in the morning, I can sing a song for you. And probably do a halfway decent job with it. Now, Steve then went on to say, focus on your gift. Do your gift. Find a way to do your gift, and your gift will make room for you. Your gift, implying that make room for you. Your gift will open opportunities for you. Your gift will open doors for you. Let's take that. Now, if we assume that John's gift is sales, has his gift of selling, has John's gift of being able to transfer enthusiasm opened doors for him? Oh, you better believe it. Has it created not just financial opportunities, although I know it has created enormous financial opportunities for John and for him and for Shannon, as it happens? Yes. Has it created opportunities for new connections, new relationships, new friendships? Oh, you better believe it. John's gift is what brought him and me together in a friendship some years ago. So, and in my own case, singing opened doors for me many, many years ago in being able to make music full time, to do what I love to do. I consider myself one of the most fortunate people I know, because for a lot of my life, I got to pursue my passion, which also happened to be my gift. Not everybody gets that. I'm very blessed in that. And it opened doors for me. It introduced me to people over the years. It made me some money. My singing made me money over the years. It opened opportunities to meet large groups of people, to do what I do best, which is connect with people. Do you know that singing introduced me to both of my wives? Met my first wife, Kathy, at a gig. Well, long story. But most definitely, singing gave me the opportunity to meet Paula. Because I was invited to I was living in the Middle East at the time, and I was invited to get on a plane and fly over to the country where she was living and do a gig, give a musical performance, at which she happened to be attending. How do you like that? And it opened business opportunities for me. It allowed me to connect with people, and then the connection became a friendship, which in some cases turned into, also developed a business transaction, and here we are today. So the question then becomes, is your gift, are you currently allowing your gift to make room for you. First of all, first question, what is your gift? Do you know? You know, not everybody does. People say, well, what's your gift? Well, I'm an accountant. Okay, maybe. You know what? I shouldn't be skeptical. I shouldn't poo-poo it, right? There are people, we all know them. There are people who are absolute unconscious competence. Ooh, remember that? Remember when we've talked about that in the past? When it comes to numbers, when it comes to math, figuring, accounting, there are people who can do it in their sleep. Our accountant, our tax guy, is one who can do it in his sleep. He loves it. Apparently, this is his gift, at least to all appearances. So it's entirely possible. Back to the question. Do you know what your gift is? No, don't tell me what you do for a living. No, don't tell me what you enjoy. If I were to ask John, what's your gift? Oh, a motorcycle. I'm a Harley guy. How likely is it you're going to say that, John? I think not particularly likely. What's your gift? What is that thing that flows easily out of you, that activity which flows easily from you, which you can do with almost no effort, and you do it very, very well, almost as if you are, when you're doing this thing, functioning as not so much as a person yourself, but as a conduit from someplace else. There have been times when I've been on stage singing, and kid you not, my friends, I had every sensation in my body that it was not at this particular moment or that particular moment, it was not actually me singing. The singing, the performing, the connecting at that moment was coming from someplace else. Not really getting into a spiritual discussion here, but I think you know what I mean. What is that thing for you? And are you now in a position in your life where you have the opportunity to express that thing, that ability, which simply flows from you with the least amount of effort? Are you in a position where you're able to express that on a daily basis, on a regular basis? Express it to the people around you. Because if you are not, listen, I'm not going to tell you to quit your job. What I will recommend is find a place, find a group of people, find an opportunity to express your gift. For me, it was very simple. Get a gig, go get on stage. I do believe that people have more than one gift. I think I do. But let's start with one. Can you find, even if that place, that opportunity doesn't involve money at this point, find a place to express that gift of yours. Whatever it is, whatever that thing is, that just thinking about doing it brings you joy, let alone doing it. Here's what'll happen, and this I can tell you from experience. Here's what'll happen. The rest of your life will be enriched as you find a place to express that ineffable thing which is most deep within you, and share that with the world. You'll find yourself, because I know I have, and John knows, you find yourself in a sense of connection with people around you, with yourself, with the universe, with infinite intelligence in a way that doesn't come not even from zooming your Harley down the road. It's something deeper than that. There's a sense of enjoyment, absolutely, in pursuing your passions. John gets it. absolute kick out of what he does with his Harley. I know this. I've seen him. I've also seen John when he's in flow state. In a flow state of sales conversations. I have seen John practicing the art and the science of the transfer of enthusiasm. And when he's there, when I've seen him doing this, it is the most authentic John that I have seen in our years of friendship together. John sells effortlessly. But listen, he has worked hard at it. He has trained himself. He has practiced. Absolutely. But I think a lot of that training, a lot of that work in those hours, and he'll correct me or make a comment at some point, a lot of those hours that he's put in have flowed from the fact that the initial process, that initial God-given skill of the transfer of enthusiasm, of helping solve problems using a product, a service, an opportunity, that has always come naturally to John, at least in recent years. And because it's flowed, because it's the thing that makes him most authentically who he is, he makes every effort to get better and better at it so as to more fully express who he is. Does that make sense? So, I think, little shift, in my own case, singing is still my gift, my number one gift. I've got another one, which I've just recently discovered in the past, I don't know how many years, few years. My other gift is the art of conversation. I can have a conversation with anybody, anytime, anywhere, under any circumstances, about virtually every subject, and by the time that conversation's over, that person walks away generally feeling pretty good about themselves and pretty good about the connection we've made. That's what flows most easily from me now. And it's also made me late for more than one meeting because I was busy having a conversation with someplace and getting lost track of the time, having a conversation with somebody. It happens a lot. So, it becomes incumbent upon me to keep a balance between the conversation and the clock. Find a place. Well, first of all, figure out what your gift is. If you don't know, maybe take a few minutes in a quiet place with a favorite beverage or out in nature, whatever makes the most sense for you, whatever brings you into that place of calm that you can think things through, think at the next level, and maybe jot down a few notes. Have a conversation with yourself. Figure out what it is that brings you the most joy, where you are the most authentic, true version of yourself, the thing that comes to you with the least amount of effort. And find a place to express that gift, even if it doesn't involve getting paid for it right now. What I can promise you is that your gift will make room for you. It will open doors. It will open opportunity. I currently host a TV show, a business TV show, which has an audience reach somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 million right now. Why? Because I love having conversations with people. It's not because I'm such a great guy, although I am pretty groovy, if you ask, since you asked. But it was because that opportunity came to me for no other reason than that. I've spent a lot of time in the last couple of years expressing that gift. The gift has opened doors. What's your gift? What's your gift? Find a way to express it, and it will open a door for you, even if the door at first is just the opportunity to make a real connection with another human being. Make the connection. We never know what may be on the other side of the door, which your gift will open. What's on your mind? What's happening? What do you think? What's your gift? John, my man.
Hey, since you called me out 15 times and exposed to the world that I'm a dyed-in-the-wool metalhead, part of being a Gemini, I suppose. But I was talking to a client yesterday. There's a high-level client that over $10,000 to be coached by me and Shannon. And I was talking to them yesterday about part of their sales process, and they were taking notes. And this is a very able person. You don't show up and throw tens of thousands of dollars at business coaching and whatever, unless you already got it going on. Right. So this is not a slouch. Hey, I can't figure out what's life about or whatever. No. Okay. And they were taking notes and like, man, that's awesome. What did you just say? Say that again. All right. So as much as I'm very excited and enthusiastic about various avocations, which means hobbies, right? I have several avocations, not many, just a few. The thing which, as you said, effortless, the thing which comes effortless is the thing that, fortunately for myself, I have put myself into that space in terms of business. Now, we can call it sales. I call it communications as well, because that's if you can't communicate, well, then nothing's being sold, right? So if that's the gift, and I think we all have that to an ability. I mean, whether you want to or not. I mean, if you're going to survive in the world, you're going to communicate, right? I mean, try living on an island or something. So that is one thing that everyone here has improved at since birth, right? The communication was, milk, right? That's it. That's it. And now you can do more than that. That's cool, right? That's cool. But here's the other part of that, is that when we seek to use gifts in the service of others, then obviously that's how you exchange, right? But also there's, I think, a bit more, it takes a higher status than just an avocation. I'm interested in metal. That's cool. I'm a fan. I used to be in the business more as a hobby, though. I mean, we make money doing metal. No, okay, we sold a few T-shirts and whatever, but that's not my life calling. Like, I can't do the work that I'm called here to do playing heavy metal or riding a Harley. Now, other people, it's like, the Davidson brothers, right? I mean, that's Harley Davidson, man. That's their calling, right? Okay, so know your post, I suppose, right? There you go, and with no apologies about it. I think where a lot of people get inhibited is they think, well, who am I to be excellent at that, and what will they think? I mean, this Glen Henderson guy, he's an expert networker, right? Well, I guess that his ego, whatever. But I mean, sell what you got, right? Sell what you got. Is it Harleys? Is it counseling of other business people? That's what I do. People say, John, what do you do? I'm an author and a business coach. I'm a master of communications, unapologetically, right? Because, and by the way, when we talk about communications, understand there's an inflow and outflow to that. 2 ears, 1 mouth. How did I get good at what I do? I listened. I read for decades. I inflowed a lot, and now I can outflow with less words and make more meaning out of them. There you go. Here's my gift. There's my gift. Which is totally subjective, and it's the ability to observe and explain stuff in a way that people can actually use it. So maybe I could save you a couple of decades. I mean, read the books yourself too. That's fine. But does that make me conceited or egotistical, or right? The things that people have in terms of their own counter intention about should I reach, should I be the best? right? What will they think? And all the bullshit, right? Enough with it. Here's the thing, guys. And I don't know whether you like this guy, his personality, his content, whatever, but Grant Cardone, I know Grant Cardone. He's brash, right? Loud, needs a shave, right? But look, made 150 million last year. Okay. Not everybody has to like it. Lavinia guy, right? I'd rather, I don't know, pick your favorite, snowflake or something. But what am I going to do? Not show up? Yeah, that's what I've done a lot, is not show up. I'll tell you this, not show up enough. Change is coming, you guys. I've got plans, Glenn, you and I, and Stuart, and some of the other core facilitators here. Mandy, we need to meet. We're going to do something with this platform.
All right.
There should be 2 zeros after the number of people attending this right now. 2 zeros. So where have I missed the mark? What is being delivered here, or what is failing to be delivered on a grander scale? Because I haven't communicated it properly, or we haven't defined the outcomes. Here's what you actually get with this product. My goodness. You know what? I was having this conversation. I'm sorry, little quick tangent. I was having this conversation with my secret weapon yesterday. We were talking about the mastermind group, considering, the future of it and how we're gonna grow this thing. And I said, well, the whole format of this is one that I got out of 12-step fellowships, right? I mean, there's a doctrine, which you could say, like, in Alcoholics Anonymous, there's 12 steps, right? That's the doctrine, right? Do that and learn how to live sober. That's cool, right? Read the friggin' book. But then there's also the fellowship. So now let's sit around and discuss how this actually applies into our lives. So no, you're not alone. And now this is real. It's not just some book that you read 11 pages of and now it's collecting dust, right? So it's the combination of the doctrine and the fellowship that makes the group work. And so, I mean, I didn't originate or invent, a new platform or something, with that. I mean, that's been keeping drunks off the street for longer than I've been alive. So, right. So who are we? Are we a bunch of spiritual drunkards? I don't know. Maybe. I'm a spiritual drunk. All right. I'll stop talking.
That's good. One of the reasons I love these conversations that we have is that we often end up walking through a lot of our own ideas and expressing things and thinking out loud, just as you did right there, John. You like talked. You just thought out loud for a minute, and there you go. There's my gift. I love that. And it's, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens the wits of another. And then there's a half-wit like me. You got to give me some wits first before Gail, how do you do, ma'am? What's on your mind?
Quite a few years ago in my parish, we me and other people in the parish did a 7-week program called Living Your Strengths. And there are actually 33, I think it is, strengths, and you can, depending on how you are, you'll find out what your top 5 strengths are, and then you can have a combination of the other ones as well. And what's really amazing with this, there is nobody, they've done studies on this, there's not one person who will have exactly the same strengths in exactly the same order as you. And it's really amazing. And my 2 top strengths, I can't at this moment remember what the other 3 of the 5 were, but my first one is empathy, my second is understanding, and then there are 3 others. One has to do with leadership, and I can't remember what the others are. But I do believe empathy and understanding are my top gifts. And it helps me to know what another person is feeling. It helps me to see, understanding helps me to see both sides of a story, and living your strengths was just amazing. I've done Myers-Briggs and all of those other ones, but this one really finds out and tells you exactly who you are and what your strengths are. And I think it's wonderful. And the fact that they've done so many studies where there's not one person who has the exact same strengths as you in the same order. You know, you might have the 5 that I have, but they will not be in the order that mine are. It's just amazing.
The variety of combinations. Oh, that reminds me of something. Excuse me. You know what this is? You ever seen this before? Gorgeous piece of jewelry, isn't it? You know what that is? That is an Idick.
What?
What the heck is an Idick pin? An Idick pendant. You knew I was going to get there at some point. You knew there was a Star Trek reference coming at some point in this conversation, didn't you? Everybody's rolling their eyes. Okay, that's all right. This is an Idick pendant. It is a Vulcan symbol. It is a Vulcan symbol representing the principle known as Idick. IDIC. What's that stand for? Infinite diversity in infinite combinations. The rich tapestry of human experience. And I think that's, you encapsulated it so well. Living Your Strengths, it's called. Gail, I'm going to look that up. Sounds interesting. Sounds really interesting.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It really is.
And the fact that you could have any group of people, as few as 2 people, no 2 people are going to have the exact same sequence and combination of gifts and strengths, which is what makes us stronger, which is what makes this mastermind stronger. I'll tell you, I'm really looking forward to what John has in mind in terms of expanding and growing this group. Not just so we can have a big group, but because we all know that what takes place here can benefit people quite literally around the world, from all backgrounds, all walks of life. And we have the enormous responsibility, and even more so than that, we have the enormous privilege of sharing this wonderful platform and this fellowship with other people. It reminds me of a saying that I heard several years ago from a guy named Ray Higdon. Some of you may have heard of Ray Higdon. His quote is really interesting to me. And it's about the whole notion. Ray's talking specifically about money. I think it also applies to other kinds of benefits and gifts that we can and need to share with other people. Watch this. Ray says, when you realize that making money is simply a result of making an impact, helping others, and solving market problems, you soon come to the conclusion that it is actually selfish for you not to be mega wealthy. Ooh. Now, I know John digs that one. Shall I read that one again? When you realize that making money is simply a result of making an impact, helping others, and solving market problems, you soon come to the conclusion that it is actually selfish for you not to be mega wealthy. Applied in this context, it means, and I hope I'm not punching anybody in the face other than myself, right here. In a sense, it's kind of selfish. It could be seen as sort of selfish for us to not Share the good news about this mastermind group with people we know. Because we have such a great time here. It's not just having a good time, having fun, having some laughs. We learn so much. We gain so much in terms of knowledge and insight and wisdom and sales skills and business skills. We need to be sharing this with people. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this, the new era of the mastermind, the new era of the JLSM 2.0. Yes, sirree, Bob. So, your gift, find it, figure out what it is, find a place to express it, and watch which doors open up. My friends, I got another call at the top of the hour, got to prep for, and what a blast. Oh, and by the way, what was it? Living Your Strengths. Thank you, Gail. I'm going to have to check that out and see how much sense that makes for me. I'm sure it'll be Gail and Mandy, Kat, Linda, Edward, Daisy, Reverend. Great to see you all. See you in the hospitality suite. See you at 3:15 Eastern, 8:15 U of K time for Mandy and our Books for Britain. And come back and see us tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern time at Networking Magic. My friends, make it a fabulous day. You got it coming. See you soon. Bye for now.